Kilo Lima Sierra.
Kilo Lima Sierra, roger, roger. This is KC9VKV. What's the name there?
Roger, roger. This is KC9VKV. What's the name there?
So the name on this end is Kevin, and I'm in Central South Carolina. I really just got finished doing some work on this. Would like to have you check it out if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. I just went from Rochester, New York to my local antenna. I have a much better copy on you. On my local antenna. Looks to be about 15 over. So give me about 10 to 15 seconds about your antenna system so I can look at your audio.
Okay. My antenna system is a off-center fed dipole. For 160 through 6 meters, I usually stay down on 160, but well, today I'm up on 40 meters, but yeah, it's a very good antenna, and it's up about 35 feet.
Roger, yes, I have 15 over on your signal on my local antenna. Now, what radio are you running, sir?
This is a Kenwood TS940. It is a boat anchor.
Roger, yeah, you do have a compressor on the radio?
Yes, sir. Right now I'm not running any compression at all. I've tried to set the compression according to the manual, and if you'd like me to go ahead and turn it on, I can go ahead and do it.
All right, disregard the manual. Just set that. What kind of input control? Is it like a volume kind of thing? What we're looking for is just about a third of its capabilities. If it's got markings 3 out of 10, 0 to 10, put it on a 3. We're just looking for a little bit, but a 3 out of 10 or a 30 out of 100.
Okay, this has a processor in and a processor out, and it is a knob, and right now the processor is in. The mic gain has no effect. When you use the processor on this radio, the mic gain, to my knowledge, I don't believe it has any effect whatsoever.
Well, it does. You're up against the wall on that compressor. So you have no markings. I would set it at 9:30 or 10 o'clock, according to a clock. 9:30, 10 o'clock. Roger.
Okay, right there I've got the in and the out. About 9:30.
Oh, it has an in and an out?
Yes, sir. It has a processor in and out.
All right. Take your out to full open all the way to the right. Take your out full open all the way to the right.
Okay. Right now, I'm sorry. You said processor in or out all the way?
Out. I tell you what, though, in retrospect, hearing what I just heard, take that out to about, if you're looking at a clock, maybe 11 o'clock. Roger?
Okay, the out is about 11 o'clock right there.
All right, we still got some distortion. So what is your input? Is it about 9 o'clock?
Yes, my in processor is about 9 o'clock right now.
All right, what's your mic gain?
Okay, the mic gain is roughly 9:30.
Okay, take your mic gain to 8:30.
Okay, we've got the mic gain around 8:30 right there.
Still have distortion. Take your compressor out.
Okay, that's no compression whatsoever.
Yeah, the compressor's pretty distorted. I would say let's do something else. Let's go to your ALC. You know where your ALC meter is?
Sure, I sure do. I can put it in ALC right now, and it is just it's just barely tickling it. Well, let me see. At times it is peaking all the way at the top of the ALC.
Yeah, that's when we needed that compressor to try to moderate that just a little bit. But let's do this. Speak naturally, normally into your mic, and adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running mid-scale to 2/3. We're looking for that space between mid-scale and 2/3 as a preferred place. But, we need that meter to move between mid-scale and 2/3. Roger?
It really jumps. Now there may be something wrong with this radio. The ALC, you turn the mic gain up and it really gets up there.
Okay, if you, let's see, Kevin, do you have a copy now?
Yeah, sure do.
Okay, I don't know if Mother Nature just played a game or what, but take your, what was your mic gain before?
Okay, right now the microphone gain is about 830.
Okay, 830, and what's your ALC reading?
Okay, the ALC reading is, it's peaking right about the top, maybe a little bit over.
Okay, pull your mic gain to 8.
Okay, how's that right there, Jim?
How's your ALC look?
Okay, let's see. Right now, it's at times it's still peaking to the top of the ALC. I'm almost thinking that may be the one thing wrong with this radio, although I'm not certain.
Roger. Okay. Well, let's now bring the compressor back in, and we want that input control to be at about 9 o'clock, and the output control to be about 9 o'clock of the compressor engaged. Roger.
Okay, we've got the processor in both in and out are at 9 o'clock.
Okay, not as much distortion there. Try 830, both of them at 830.
Okay, best I can tell, that's right about 8:30.
Okay, go back to 9. I got to see if we've got atmospheric conditions or your signal your audio got bumped down. So go to 9 o'clock.
Okay, I understand. We're back, processor in and out at 9 o'clock.
I guess Mother Nature did a downturn because you're down about 6 dB from where you were. So come back and tell me something about that radio again that you like really well. Okay,
the TS940, I really like the receive. As a matter of fact, I do have a 30 over signal on you here in South Carolina, but yes, the receive is great. I've replaced the power supply in it. It runs a lot cooler, and I think it's on the way to possibly having a few more years left on it.
Roger that, roger that. Now, that radio does not have inboard equalization, Roger?
That's correct, and also the bandwidth is only going to be about 2.4.
Roger, and you have it on, you do not have a selectable bandwidth, Roger?
No, sir, I do not. Now, the one thing I do have, I'm using a Heil Classic microphone. I do have a high and a wide, a narrow and a wide setting on the mic. I have been using the wide setting the whole time.
All right, can you change that and let me hear it the other way?
Okay, right now we're in the narrow. Right now the Heil microphone is on the narrow element.
Yeah, go back to your wide.
Okay, no problem. We're back on the wide.
Okay, and about how far away from that mic are you?
I'd say I'm cross-talking the microphone and I'm about 4 inches.
All right, pull back to about 6, and we're going to try inverse, what is that, proximity effect, inverse proximity effect. If you pull back off mic, your bass should go down and your treble should increase. And so talk to me from about 6 inches away.
Okay, Jim. Right now we're roughly about 6 inches away from the mic, and I'm still cross-talking it.
It sounds a lot better. It doesn't have quite as much bottom end, and it does have a little more top end. So we're closer to where we need to be than where you were at the 4 inches, Roger?
I understand. So the processor is probably about where it needs to be?
I do not hear much distortion, and your signal is very full, about 3.5 dB. So for that radio, I think it's doing an excellent job. Okay.
I also am using amplifier, and I'm probably putting out about 800 watt right now. So, but anyway, I hope this does sound better than it did when I first started.
Yes, sir. I think if you go to YouTube and listen to your audio, I think you'll agree. You might search a little bit differently. If you go to YouTube and do a call letter search, KC9VKV, Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by today's date, 9/4/20. 9420. That should bring up our recording immediately, as opposed to you having to look further into the stack. So just do KC9VKV 9420, and that should bring up today's recording. Roger?
I understand, Jim. I really do appreciate your time and your expertise, and I'll say 7-3, and have a great weekend, long weekend coming up, so end of summer already. So anyway, have a good one, Jim. 7-3s, KC9VKV. This is November 4, Kilo Lima Sierra. 7-3s, buddy.
Roger, Roger. Kevin 3's that way, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. If you get a chance, join us next Friday. This is KC9VKV. My name is Jim, and this is the Qso-Vlog Friday afternoon net between 3:30 and 5. We're recording live. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.